Okay, what did we do today? I had a pretty strong short bias on the day, so been kind of bored, but I will say first thing I did was I was pretty bullish on consumer staples. We've been talking about Costco and Walmart. I prefer Costco to Walmart, so what I did do this morning was play Costco up. I played this 3 minute trigger. I mentioned in the chat that Costco was going. Here's what the day would look like on that chart. So I got in like here, right, where the purple line is, and then it triggered the day up and hit. It hasn't triggered the day up, right? This is the continuation. It went through the Broadening formation, and this was my exit. Let me do this. So yeah, that was what I did on Costco. I got lucky getting out at the top here. It was just, that was the previous day, or not previous day, but it was like the next swing high. Really should have probably gotten out around my Broadening formation when it came back in, which was there. So I got out even better. I got out because I'm just not bullish. So again, I had a bearish bias on the day, and I mentioned that in the chat here. Right, when I said this is what I want, short setups across the board, yada yada yada. So I wanted to short the heck out of this today. And I mentioned later on that Google, let me give you less information. Okay, here, yeah. I'll put up 3 screens, or 3 sections instead of 5. So when I mentioned that, I wanted this hour on Google to stay inside. So what did I see on Google? Let's put up the day. Let's put up the hour, the day, and the week. Okay, so if we can really start pulling back, like the indices, then Google can go outside week, right? So it had already triggered the day down when we were discussing, right? And what I wanted was this hour to stay inside and be a shooter, right? And that would have been my entry point, but that didn't happen. So that would have been my entry point, okay, here on the hour, if what I wanted to happen happened. So hope you understand that this didn't stay inside, so then I just didn't take the trigger. But yeah, the reason why Google was on the list was because it had already triggered the day down, right? So it was going in the right direction. So I mentioned in the chat that Google triggered the hour like with 20 seconds left. So that negated that trade for me. And then I was waiting on Apple. So what did I see on Apple? Apple here had a really interesting morning actually. Because it opened and kind of went up and then went back down and did its little yah-dee-dah thing. It had already triggered the day, right? So what I wanted to happen, which you can see now it didn't, was I wanted this inside hour to trigger down so that Apple can fill this gap, right? Like I want this gap fill. You can see it better on the day. See how it hasn't filled that gap yet? That's what I want to happen on Apple. And again, I'm bearish, so that's why I was looking to the downside. So the 2 things that I was really wanting didn't happen. So what did I do? I started trading inside days. I know the rules around it, but that's what I did. And kind of got kicked in the teeth here. So Microsoft also, if we get going, can go outside week, right? And really, we're close to triggering this day down. And this is actually a trigger, right? It's not a continuation. It's a 2-2. I guess it's technically a reversal, right? So this is what I want to happen on Microsoft. We're close to it, so I figured I could still trade it. So what was I looking at? I was looking at the 15, the 30, and the hour. So where did I get in? I got in here on this 30-minute trigger. So this was my entry into Microsoft. Right. Entered here. And was wanting to trigger this 312, right? So that happened. So I took the 30-minute 1, 2. So when it went down, 1, 2, 2, triggered, right? And then here, let me draw my hourly trigger. What's the trigger on the hour? I don't think I have just a trigger. So let's see. I'll just take off the word day, I reckon. So that's what I wanted, right? So I wanted the 30-minute entry to trigger the hour entry. And it did, it worked. It just, it's inside day, so it's just really hard to get going. But yeah, I just didn't take profit. So like this 15 is what happened to me, right? So it went down on the 15 and it just like came back through above the hourly trigger and I had to take a loss on it. I did something similar on Tesla. Oh, TSLA. Which is annoying because, you know, you kind of go back and see and you're like, oh, had I waited a little bit for like a different setup, yada, yada, yada. But, you know, here we are living our lives. So this was my entry on Tesla. Inside 30 to trigger a hourly reversal of 322. Obviously it's not day, but I don't want to change my templates. So that happened. Similar thing happened in terms of the 15er. Like everything worked out for like 15 minutes, not even, right? Worked out for a bit and then came back in. So this is why they say don't trade inside days. I can't remember if I took a small loss or a small profit on this. As quick as it happened, I probably took a loss. And then similar did on Amazon. And now looking at Amazon, right, like you can see it's doing the thing that I wanted it to do. My short on Amazon, I do believe was this 15. And you know, as I make these videos, I'll probably get better at explaining all this shit, but I'm just not there yet. So I wanted, and like you can see on the day that Amazon is close, right? Like I'm wanting these reversal days, right? The turnaround Tuesday. I'm just getting in at the wrong time in it because it's happening like this. The likelihood is increasing, right? So that's why I'm personally okay to trade inside days. You just got to trade them knowing that it's choppy. But yeah, like the idea is that it triggers, as you can see, right, double inside. So 1, 2, 2, right? Everything is still in this mother bar from, what was that, last Wednesday? That's what these blue lines are. So you're already trading like in a, I think Sarah calls them tightening range. So just note, right? And that looks like this, right? I guess I can make these red or something so that you can see what I'm talking about. And I can make them thicker. So what I'm talking about is these red lines, right? Like it's tightening. This is the tightening range. So you're trading within that, and it's just like you just have to have extra caution. You have to have better stops, and you know, be on top of your game. So that's what's happening. A little annoyed, you know, to take losses on things that do work because this is so close now. But yeah, anyway, got in here. I don't know how helpful these videos are, so let me know. Got in here. I had a 1, 2, 2. This is like a 1, 2, 2. Not my favorite type. But anyway, it does it. Let me see what the hour. I think the hour was still inside. so even riskier. But yeah, I just trades didn't go my way, took the losses, and now they are going my way, right? And this is what I mean when I'm like, oh, if I would have just waited longer, like waited for something else, you can see here, like, had this been my entry, hold on, take it easy, stick with me. All right, had this been my entry, right? Still kind of similar, like you have this fail 2 up shooter. This is not quite a shooter, but fail 2 up, boom, and it goes down, right? You also have this inside 30 you could have taken, right? And it goes down, right? And it's also these double inside hours. So it's like, it's not that it's not working, it's that I'm over anticipating the trade maybe. So you have higher probability, right, on the 30. And, you know, this is a fine entry. You just got to get out, you know, you got to not lose money. So, and then get back in when it sets up again for you. So this would be the second setup. I just didn't take it. I'm not that good of a loser. And your other option would have just been to take these double inside hours, right here on Amazon. You take that and you're much, much, much closer to this day triggering, right? So from here to here. Yeah, that's what I traded. I also traded Palantir. So the trades that I took that were successful weren't inside days, right? So if you're trying to learn anything from me, it's like, do as I say, know as I do. Like, I'm not suggesting anyone trade inside days. But Palantir was up on the day, has a nice gap. The week is great. Looking at the week here, right? We have triggered a 3-2 week. Broadening formation top is up there. Like, we have a bit of space. You know, this is a great setup. I couldn't tell you where I got in because I just can't remember. Likely on the 30. I know I had to chase it, so it was probably this 30. Yeah, it was this 30. And then went to ADR, and I got stopped out. So yeah, just a kind of annoying day. Oh, I do want to say I finally got back into Apple. So if you've watched my other videos, like, you know, I'm watching things like this. I have my indices to the far left, and then everything else I'm just watching. I watched Nvidia go up and up and up and up, and didn't trade it because it was inside day, so that was annoying. Because I traded everything else that was inside day. But anyway, Apple. I went back to Apple and did get my trade that I wanted. Which was off of a 15. I put it in the chat. So if you look at the 15, the 30, and the hour. I was less concerned about the hour. So got in on this inside 15. And really wanted this whole PMG, right? This was my where's my target? Oh, I guess I don't have just straight up targets. So all of these were targets, right? I don't know how to keep drawing. How do I do this? All of these were targets. So the idea was that these inside 15 triggered the PMG. I mean, it has a 15-minute PMG, but also a 30-minute PMG. So it triggers this and just PMGs all the way through all of these. To low of day. Hasn't happened yet, but it's not impossible. So that was the look on Apple. That's what I'm still... well, let me check. No, I got kicked out of that too. But took that trade. Kind of just a blasé day. But, you know, sometimes these blasé days really pan out in the last hour or so. Looking back at SPY, I got chopped up in here a little bit too. But I can't remember what I got into. I flipped, so I went short and then long, which was silly. So I know a lot of people talk about like, oh, you can flip your bias so quickly, and that's true. I do that often, but I don't suggest flipping your bias on an inside day, okay? Because inside days are consolidation, and what you're getting is that, right? Consolidation of price. So flipping back and forth is actually really dumb um, when the day is inside. So just note that this video's gotten quite long, and I'm in kind of bad mood because I don't like to lose money. So that's the end of this, and yeah, I'll catch you guys around.